Odiba NACDAfrica, the Prime Minister of African Movement Worldwide, the custodian of Association of African Descendants Worldwide. I'd like to address you this hour on the happenings around Africa and Afro nations worldwide. That the pandemic that has occurred through COVID-19 is a process and a necessary promise, out of which the new Africa Civilization and Development Agenda for Africa that was set since 30th March 2019 has to take on form on the continent of Africa. I urge every African descendants worldwide to begin to prepare to return back to Africa, to join in the new Africa Civilization and Development, so that we'll be able to rebuild our promised land. Those on the continent that have supported to destroy the continent of Africa politically and economically should be careful, because one by one, majority of them will be eliminated. Africa is now free and protected by the Almighty. Those who wish to destroy it will never see the new Africa Civilization and Development. The agenda is very clear in the sense of all ramifications. All those lacking in the new era will now have to be installed. Those aspects that requires African nations to come together to work as a team with one language, one currency, and one people will now begin to work in one value to pull the global destination back to Africa. And as I promised earlier, I repeat, Chad has been named as the center, an epic center for the development of the new African civilization for Africa. This is a necessary promise. It cannot be changed. This promise must hold immediately. I thank the President of Chad, Idriss Déby Itno, for his one outing to eliminate the terrorists that have been disturbing the Lake Chad for a very long time. It is a necessary promise. Like I told you, and I delivered a letter to you in July last year, 2019, I wrote, "It is now time, you are the guardian of peace, to call all African leaders together. They must wake up now. They must begin to work as a team, not a discordant two. Those who are already prepared to destroy Africa, tell them they should be wary, they should be careful. Those who have expired on their seats as a ruler, they should honorably resign and hand over to the younger ones to paddle the affairs of Africa." And as I said, no African nation apart from Chad and Nigeria that will benefit from the new Africa Civilization and Development without installation of Afritocracy ideology in their country. And they must accept all African descendants returning back home to settle on their land. All Africa land has no border. Land within Africa belong to Africa descendants worldwide. Both the people from Papua New Guinea, the people from United States, Brazil, Caribbeans, all of them want to return back home, either to invest or to stay permanently on the continent of Africa. We must accept them. We must begin to receive them one by one. They started by going to Ghana last year, 2019, as the year of return, I said before that Africa must be united. Africa must work together, irrespective of the sovereignty that each and everyone is holding. Africa must work together without competition. There is no competition among Africans. There is only a divided and discordant tune using the languages of English, French, Portuguese to divide Africa. Africa must return back to a unique language called Tamazic, Amharic, and Swahili. These are the African continental languages that must be in use for the next 1,000 years. And as I said, Amharic has been adopted as the continental science, engineering, and technology language for students who wish to study sciences. This language must begin to work with the Addis Ababa University Department of African Languages to begin to adopt Amharic in all primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions in Africa. Without mincing words, this is an immediate order that must take on form now. Anybody who wishes to patronize Africa must speak African language. Anybody who wants to work on the continent of Africa must do business and work on the continent of Africa in African language. We must eat our own food and we must produce our own needs. Those things that we need on the continent, there are manufacturers within African Descendants worldwide that are coming back home now to prepare the industries, to prepare the estates, to prepare the land, to prepare all the necessary things. Both the land, sea, and air infrastructures will be built by African Descendants. We must work as a team. We must come together now. This is a time. Through this pandemic, it has woken up every aspect of the continent of Africa and the entire world that we must return back home. Everybody is returning back to their roots. Africa must return back to their roots as they were once. They must return back to begin to build Africa as the next upbuilding. The next civilization must come to Africa. For the next 1,000 years, we already have a design calendar of 13 months with 28 days running. Everybody must adopt this calendar and then begin to fit their mindset towards beautification of Africa. Those who are already chemicalizing the continent of Africa, be wary, because those who are chemicalizing the continent, rain is coming. It will wash off every evil that you people have planned. Every pandemic will be washed away by the flood of rains that is coming. Be careful. Be careful. African leaders, be careful. I'm not going to address you individually because all of you have failed. Wake up. Wake up. This time is no time. African Descendants worldwide are coming in their numbers. The vessels have started loading, and all of them are eager to return back to Africa. You must prepare a place for them to bat, and you must prepare a place for them to live, and you must begin to put monies together to build houses to accommodate them. There is no time for you anymore. If you are not ready, simply resign and leave that saddle for those that are prepared to lead. Leadership is a responsibility. It's not for you to hide and stick. Now is the time. We have spent 1 year talking silently on Facebook, on the website www.aadworldwide.org, announcing to the world that this time there's no going back. Africa's civilization must start now. Those technologies that are destroying the continent and the world should stop it. Should stop it, because Africa's civilization will come with its own technology, its own people, its own food, its own understanding, its own historical culture. All those that have stolen our heritage, they must return them back with immediate. Common sense tells you that those things that you stole were not your property and they must be returned back, including the crown that were stolen from the continent of Africa. Everything must be returned back now. This is a promise. This promise is well reserved. For the past 1,000 years, this language has been reserved. And I speak to you in a foreign language today because this is the language I met. And constructively, we are going to readjust and rewrite our history in our own languages. Today is the time that those on the continent of Africa, the Pan-Africanists and all others must wake up to now begin to drive the process to restore Africa's images in line with Afritocracy. Afritocracy is an idea ruled by Africans' democratic system where Africa will decide what they want, how they want it, who they want, not by sheer copy and paste that the current leadership are already adopting, where they don't even have financing. They have to be on debt roll. Debt does not build a nation. It is the infrastructures, the resources you have that build a nation. Everybody should begin to work towards building Africa. Africa is one. Africa is united. This is my calling. I rest all the other words until the next publication. Thank you very much. I am Odiba Aladi Acheneje, Prime Minister, Africa Movement Worldwide.